I used to wake up in the morning and feel just so full of dread. And that became so normal. I didn't even contemplate that there could be another way for me. When I had my boys, I didn't want them to wake up in the morning and feel dread. I took that role very seriously, as we all do. We all have some version of this, don't we? An aspect in our own being that we do not want for our kids. Could be something we've experienced, could be something that we're living, something that we've actually done. But at whatever cost, we want to make sure our kids do not go through what we've been through, or live life the way that we are. This is something I'm noticing in the mentoring space. The more conversations I'm in, the more this is revealed. We're scared for them in case they experience what we did. Certainly it was the truth for me. My original antidote to this was to pour into my kids, completely focused, 100% on them, and reflect for a moment. What's your version? What don't you want for them? And what's the action that you are taking from that place of fear so that they don't have to go through what you did? I really invite you to, because I'm sharing about me, to activate something for you. So take a moment right now, or come back to this later. Because here's the thing. We're taking action from the wrong place. Don't love right and wrong as labels, but that's what came out. The place that's not actually going to change anything. A futile place would be more accurate to say. Why is it futile? I have this analogy in my mind where we see something in the world that we don't like or we don't want, and we get into action based on that thing, and we're so uncomfortable. We don't like it. Maybe we even hate it a little bit. Maybe we hate it a lot. Nothing wrong with that. We're all entitled to our feelings and our experiences, right? And when we're taking action from this place, I want you to imagine you're standing in front of a mirror. And you have something on your face. And you go to clean the mirror. When we are from this place of not loving ourselves, from this place of fear, from this place of protection from fear, defense. It's like trying to clean the mirror, and we can put a ton of effort in there, and it's not going to produce a result. Well, it'll produce a result because every action does, but not the one that we intend, frankly. So the question always becomes, where am I coming from? Because in the context of parenting, specifically, we've got these little beings and they aren't soaking up what we're saying. Have you noticed? They're not picking up what we're speaking. They're picking up our vibration, fundamentally. Or if that word doesn't resonate for you, then they're picking up that place that we're coming from, our energy, our belief about ourselves. So in my case, we'll bring it back to in the not wanting to pass on dread, and more specifically in my case, I wanted my kids to know that they mattered. I've spoken about this before in previous videos. I needed my kids to know that they mattered because deep down, I knew I didn't believe that about myself. I didn't believe that I mattered, not really. But I just kind of accepted that that's the way that I was. And so I'll make it better for them. I'm trying to clean the mirror. And all the while, I'm transmitting to them through my words, my actions, my vibration. I don't matter. I don't matter. So what are they picking up? The I that they are, don't matter. The way to be loved, to get love in the world, is to make sure you put yourself last. Sacrifice everything so that you can get love. The hard thing to see, and a beautiful thing to see, because when I saw it, I could start putting the effort in where it actually benefits them. Really, truly benefits my boys. I start showing up for myself. I start choosing myself. I start prioritizing myself, and I know as I'm doing that, the benefits are exponential, quite frankly, exponential, because of what I'm transmitting on an energetic, vibrational level, because of what I'm modeling through my words and my actions. And because when I do that, when I invest in myself, when I spend time pouring love into me, I have more to give them. And I see so many, and I was this person, so many parents, mums and dads, thinking they have to give up certain things, thinking that there's a cost to being a parent. I'm just pausing on that word, that cost, because our words have power, right? And, you know, I'm saying about things not being a sacrifice, and it doesn't come at a cost, and there might be quite a lot of pushback about that, and I get that. I really do. Last year, we had a circumstance in our family which meant I had a lot more time with my eldest boy. And it meant I didn't have very much solo time. And you might look at that circumstance that I was in, and I'm not going into specifics because I like to honour the privacy of my family. It's really important to me. So I'm being generic intentionally. But I had very little time. Maintained, knowing that I was still the priority. I'm number one, right? And the investment time-wise that I had to pour into me at that time, it went down as far as time on my own. And I could do less things. I wasn't able to do as many things because I was with my boy a lot for months. And you could look at that, or I could have looked at that and said, I'm giving up this, it's costing me this. I'm not able to do that. There's sacrifice involved. But because I'm doing that investment in me, right? I'm in touch with my truth. I'm in touch with who I am. Showing up in that way didn't cost me anything. There was no sacrifice of me for him. There was me making very clear choices. They were my choices. And it's a subtle little distinction, right? When we make everything in our life our choice, there's no sacrifice there. But it has to be, there's nuance to this, right? That has to be an authentic choice coming from an embodied sense of wholeness. In this time, I still had boundaries. I still had time for me as well. Again, the reason I'm pausing and I'm reflecting a lot in this moment is because I don't feel in my case it's appropriate for me to give any kind of details that involve my son directly or anyone in my family directly. So I acknowledge and apologize for the vagueness. And it's my hope that the message has gotten through that it isn't the life circumstance in itself. It isn't the actions, the things that we're doing or the things that we're not doing in of themselves. Everything comes from how we are being with it, who we are being in it. And when you have this orientation that I do not want to keep passing on, that love comes at a cost, and love means sacrifice. It's a really common idea that we have, and it just doesn't land for me anymore. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. Love is about expression. It's about extension. It's not about cost. And if it feels like there's cost, if it feels like there's a giving up and it's leaving us drained in some way, then that's the indicator that there's something inside of ourself that requires love and attention. That's the indicator that there's some investment to do here. And it doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be a big retreat away somewhere for a big reset. And that's amazing. It doesn't need to be an hour a day. And that's amazing. It can be, can I anchor my nervous system for 5 breaths in the morning? Feel the wholeness of who I am. It can be throughout the day, naming your feelings. Keep allowing the entirety of who you are with love and compassion. Stop giving yourself such a hard time. Naming what you need. Simple things that you can integrate into your day that model I matter. And when I prioritize myself, I have so much more to give. It feels like the end of this transmission. Please share in the comments, if you will, whatever came up for you. I have a mini course called What Your Child Needs You to Know, which is 3 short transmissions with some somatic embodiment work as well for you to really come into yourself. The link for that will be in the comments. And I also have a program that I have very recently launched called Leading with Love, which is a 90-day journey. If you would like to inquire more about that, then drop me a comment below, or you can send me an email to apply. Sending you lots of love. Until next week.